All right, look who I ran into.
Yeah, imagine that.
Went to go get some dog food, and there he was.
Yep.
Get some shade.
Greetings from Dysfunction Junction. Um, once again.
So
Um,
let's recap real quick. We left off with um, you stating how you want to stop doing the beans and recover out here. Um,
mm,
so where are you at with that? How you feeling and all that? What's new?
wow. It's easier said than done. Um, I feel like I did when my grandma used to tell me my eyes were bigger than my stomach. At the dinner table, she said, "Your eyes are bigger than your stomach." I feel like my eyes were bigger than my, stomach this time. Um,
So you said you had a kind of like a spot where you could stay at.
I did. I did. It was very brief. It was a couple nights, and yeah, I thought it was going to actually work out. It was nothing fancy. Um, it was suitable for a dog, you know, and I was okay with it.
So you don't got to say like who it was with, but stay there for a couple nights. And like what happened last night?
Uh, I don't know. We separated for the day, and we were going to meet, and last night he didn't come back out, I guess. So I'm not sure why. I'm not sure, but I do know that I am in Sufferville big time. It's very difficult out here. I don't think it can be done. I'm still doing good on the beans, but I'm not doing good out here. You know, so all I can really say is I'm gonna rack my brain and with Daniel, and hopefully we can come up with something.
So you were
I don't know.
saying not even jail would take you.
No, no, they wouldn't.
That's deep. That's heavy.
But I'm not out. I'm down. I'm just not out. You know?
And you were saying detox wouldn't take you, hospital wouldn't take you.
Mm-mm. No.
You think the only thing that would work is if someone just let you in, just
Yeah.
camp out there, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were at the hospital? Like at that big hospital?
Maybe a year ago.
Okay.
They've been doing a lot of the same stuff, though.
Yeah.
Can you pause it for 1 second?
Yeah.
So I could take a leak.
All right,
In
here.
a couple hours, you know?
All right, man.
So you go ahead and lead me. Okay?
All right. So we had to clear the area. Now we're in a new spot, familiar spot. So, talk to me about the trick bag,
Well,
the ultimate trick bag. You were saying.
I call it a trick bag. Uh, it's like a bag of tricks. You reach in and you grab one and you never know what it's going to be. That's what this seems like to me out here. You know,
Yeah, I heard that term in jail.
it's
In
real.
prison.
It's real easy to, you know, hindsight's 2020.
Make sure your lights on.
What? Huh?
No, I was making sure your lights on for the mic. You're good.
The mic's up here.
Yeah, I was making sure the lights on though. You're good. You're good.
You sure?
So how is your situation a trick bag?
Well, because no matter what I do, no matter what I try, it's just another. It's like,
Do you think pride is getting in the way?
how could I have any?
Do you think pride's preventing you from, or will? Do you think your will is preventing you from going to a new hospital?
No, I think knowing what they've been doing to people lately, and
Like instead of
knowing what they've been doing to people, after they did it to me, when they did that to me at the hospital, they were doing it to other people too. And now, since then, they've been doing it even more. And there's more people with their limbs cut off, and more people with, something that could have been fixed, just,
but
gone.
it's a case by case scenario. The guy I was with, he went septic, and they saved his leg. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's case by case, case by case. It's case by case. If you wait till Christmas, you might lose them. You know what I mean? If you keep waiting, but it's a case by case. They don't
Well,
always. They
they've
don't
they,
always
they've
resort to
told
that.
me that they can't fix me any further. That this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
They straight up told me, there's nothing we can do for you.
They wanted you to stay though, right?
No,
No,
they wanted me to leave,
to leave.
to discharge. They were discharging me, and I got so mad that I told the lady, I said, oh, I didn't want to leave.
That's when you go to another hospital. That's when you get a second opinion.
Mm,
I think if I go with you, you'll have a real good chance. Just like that lady at the gas station right now. I was civil with her. I was like, I just brought him some water. She's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's gotta. I know it could be like irritating at times having people talk to you, like workers and stuff, but they're just like protecting their business. Otherwise,
well, of course, but
yeah,
it sucks when they're protecting their business from you. That they see you coming from a mile away,
yeah.
and it sucks when you can't be anywhere.
I used to work at a hotel. We'd have a lot of homeless people on the streets. Like, just, it wasn't in a good area, and a lot of people in the streets would just hang out there, and we had to clear them out because it would deter other business from uh,
Hmm.
checking in the hotel. You know what I mean? Like business wise and all that. So I get it. Like, I understand both sides. I was in that
Where did this
situation too.
person go?
I was in that situation too.
That was weird.
Yeah, some guy just walked around.
Oh, okay. He just disappeared in the thin
But
air.
so if you say, like, if you were to check into a hospital, they would want you to stay and do some IV treatment, some blood treatment.
But
Is
see,
that
I
what
don't.
you're
At this point, I don't even think they'd want me to stay.
saying? How come?
They told me why.
That was one hospital.
Well,
I think
yeah,
Zack
it
is
was the
getting-
main hospital.
Zack is getting in the way of Zack. You know,
It
Zack
was
is
the
getting.
main.
It's not the only hospital.
Hmm?
It's not the only hospital, bro. I think Zack's getting in the way of Zack, and Zack knows it.
Zack knows what they're gonna do to him.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what they're gonna do to me. I don't want them to just whack my legs off because it's easier. That's what. That's what. You haven't seen an abundance of that, huh?
Yeah. I've seen.
Am I
Definitely seen
wrong?
it. I was a truck coming.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah. Ugh. This is like the busiest alley. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the busiest alley in Tucson, bro.
Yeah. Mm,
Um,
I don't know. That one over in my old hood was pretty busy.
this one's pretty busy too. But
Well,
ultimately,
you know what?
it is.
You know what this is? I'm set up to fail. I don't know if I set myself up for failure. I probably did. Expecting too much out of myself. You know?
Expecting others to help.
Yeah, well, I can't expect others to help me. I can't. It's just that's something that I'm learning. It's not their problem, it's mine. You know.
So if you're in this particular situation, so you think they're going to remove your legs,
I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm scared.
what happens if you just don't go? What do you think would happen?
I'm done. Well, I I I hate to say it, but I think that the odds are against me. Let's put it that way. Um, with my friend that was helping me, I had a fighting chance. I felt like, I could get out of the elements that I was wallowing around in for years, and being out here, trying to do this, um, is illogical and impossible.
Do you feel you waited too long?
Huh?
Do you feel you waited too long?
Well, yeah, I always do, and I let those guys get under my skin at the hospital, and I let them take space in my head.
Just built up a resentment.
Yeah.
I put up a poll on my community page, kind of like a question for the subscribers that watch. It was Zack's plan is to refrain from using blues and heal out here on his own, recover out here on his own. And then the questions I put, there were like a few other questions. I'll show it to you, but the majority of the people think that you should still try. You know, they still think you should give it a shot. That's just what they think. You know, they they don't think it's over for you. It's only over if there's no effort. You know.
Yeah. You know,
There was
I
one
can't I
comment.
can't help but think, you know, uh, I can't help but think that in the back of my mind, you know what? I'm just one dude, and there's a lot of people out here going through this, and um,
Don't even worry about them.
huh?
Don't even worry about them. Don't even. It, I guess go ahead and finish what you were gonna say. You know.
What I was gonna say is, I'm just one dude, and there's a lot of people out here going through this, and maybe I'm being a little selfish, you know. Um, I thought I could do it. I knew I couldn't do it wandering around in this element,
Yeah.
with nobody on my side but you and my one friend. I thought I could pull it off. I thought I could do it.
Yeah.
I really did. I know now it's not even possible.
Selfishness, resentment,
Is it what?
being stubborn brought us to where we are today.
Right.
Because I'm the same way. That landed me in prison. That landed me on black, staying on black for years. And that's just like, it brought us to where we are today, you know? But it's not over, dog.
I can't help but just think that, m- my hopes and dreams aren't that important, I guess. And
Important to others or to you?
Yeah, just in the big picture, it's not that important. There's a lot of people going through it.
It's not important if there's no action, you know.
Yeah.
You still want to be that addiction counselor. That's still possible.
Huh?
It's still possible, you know. You'd be one of the
You
best.
know what? I don't see how.
You'd be one of the best ones out there.
Me pulling off the impossible is the only.
Your recovery video would be the impossible comeback. That'd be an amazing video. Fresh out of a rehab or nursing home. It doesn't have to be rehab.
I don't think they would exhaust their resources on me.
I think they would
Hmm.
if you just submitted. Put down your guard. Just be civil.
But I did submit that time. I took an ambulance in there, and boy, I don't know what submitting is if I didn't do it.
Just playing their game. You know, we still got to do the shower thing. You know, we'll still figure that out. I don't know if they'll let you in.
They won't.
If they see,
They won't.
you know, the reality
If you
of what's going on.
if now thinking about it and all that, I know they won't let me in the current
I think
state.
we should just get a huge bin of water. I'll buy some rags and stuff, and we'll just bird bath it. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
do that, and then we could go.
Yeah.
You know, and then we could go. Just like a pre-clean, pre-scrub. Just
Yeah.
get in there and just do it that way.
I'm so sorry, everybody, and I really am. I'm ashamed, and I'm sorry. Not that I couldn't quit the beans, because I can. But my suffrage is through the roof. And I'm surrounding myself with the same element in sobriety, and I don't know what I was expecting or thinking.
There was one comment that said, if he doesn't go, he may end up going septic, something like this. You may go septic, just pass out, and then you'd be forced to go to the hospital. Somebody would call, and hopefully somebody would call, and you might go to the hospital by force. And then,
see, they don't do that here. If somebody refuses, they go away. It's ultimately up to me. They're not gonna force me to go.
But if
They
you're,
don't don't care for me that much. They don't want me to succeed that much.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm a fatality, man. I'm a statistic. Okay? That's what I am. A statistic. And I'm not sitting here feeling sorry for myself, or maybe I am. After my last couple days, I will tell you, I guess I am.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk to that person to see where his head's at as far as like letting you back in? Not right now, but like just talk to him, see what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why he didn't.
That way I'll know for sure if it's over or not. You know what I mean? Like I can find that out for you, and then you can make other plans.
Well, maybe we could try to call him.
Yeah, see what's up. So this is where you're at in your journey. Trick bag, catch 22.
Are those all my lame excuses?
Do you think you have victim mentality, victim mindset? Do you think?
I feel victimized.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I do. Wouldn't you?
To be honest, I don't think I've ever had that in me. You know, I didn't let myself fall that far enough. Um,
Your people didn't let you fall that far.
my people kicked me out. I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to stay in the streets, so I went to CBI, detox or rehab.
Mm.
You know, I didn't want to stay on the streets for long. I took advantage of the resources, you know, and like to my benefit. I would just go there, sleep, and then leave, and then do my thing during the day, and then go back, repeat. You know what I mean? That was my hotel. But yeah, as far as like the whole victim thing, I personally, I don't think I've ever had that in me. Maybe if I was like dope sick and pissed off, then I would try to someone into giving me money or something like that, like a guilt trip or something. But aside from that, but
See, I haven't really been going about things that way, and I've been trying not to. You know, I've I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words. I really am, Daniel. You
so I
know,
guess we'll
I feel like the victim. I really do, and I think I've made myself that way.
do you have any mental health issues that you know of, like depression or anything like that? You have depression?
Oh yeah, I got severe depression, severe anxiety disorder,
Okay.
manic depression.
What's manic depression? What does that mean?
It's
Like severe?
it's depression on steroids.
Okay. What about some medication for that? That might help your thought process. I don't know. I'm not a doctor,
No.
it's you don't have to make any choices today. I just ran into you, and
I mean, I literally cannot find a place to get away from people. You know, certain kind of people too. You know, ugh. I just don't know, Daniel. My
I guess we'll finish off with just say something to the viewers. I guess for whatever you want to say. I guess for the ones that have your back. Um, you want to leave them with like a message or anything, like
well, I just want to say that
final words?
yeah, it's very extensive damage, and just the healing alone, just the trying to get back to normal is a task in itself, immeasurable. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, that's why they have those resources, and that's why they have help for that, because people need that. You know, I found myself in a situation where I could not use the resources. I don't know if that's understood. I'm I'm not making excuses or anything. I'm just saying that it is what it is, and I am
The only pushback I have to that is that was one hospital.
is
Plenty
what?
more. That was one hospital. That's my only pushback, or my only argument to that, if that's the right word. You know, That was only one place. You built up a resentment that kind of dug yourself into a deeper hole. And now you're here. So you could either wallow around or eventually do something about it. Doesn't have to be today, you know.
Well,
I'm just here to work with you and just listen to you, you know.
I'm really ill, like as far as like physically and mentally,
Yeah.
just damaged goods right now. You know, I really am, and I can't see anybody really wanting to help me. I guess that's my fault. Um,
Just gotta give them a chance, bro. Like the motto of my channel, give yourself a chance.
huh?
That's my own, like the motto of my channel. The main message of my whole channel is give yourself a chance. Because that's one thing I never did, you know, until I did.
Yeah.
And it felt so damn good when I did, you know. But I had to just fall enough to where I had to fall. And, you know,
I've fallen and I can't get up. You know. I mean, I'm the first one to tell you. I need help. I do. I don't. I don't foresee.
if you could have any sort of help right now, what type of help would you want?
Wow.
Just the first thing that comes to your head.
Well, for starters, if I could have some people on my side that had understanding and would open an ear for me and a heart maybe, you know, and just listen and try to understand what I'm saying. I know it's discombobulated, you know, I am discombobulated. I'm not
What does that mean?
altogether
Does that mean
out of sorts.
so you want someone to listen, hear you, and let you in to stay, like at their house for a little bit,
No.
just for people to hear you?
No, well, for starters, you know, it has to start somewhere. And you know, I know there's people that care,
Of course.
but it's not their responsibility to pick me up and you know,
So if you could have any type of help for where you're at right now, you would just want someone to listen to you? Is that what you're saying? To lend an ear?
well, what?
You would just want someone to listen to you, just to hear you out?
Well, for starters, you know,
That's what I'm doing?
I know you are. I know. I don't want anybody to actually go here themselves because I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. So if there was like,
You know what?
if I had $1 million and said, what do you want to do? Like, what would you want to do?
Get a shower.
What else?
For starters, get cleaned up and get to where I'm not judged so much. Maybe I need to start someplace. You know, starting somewhere. I'm really confused. You know, like I know what I have to do and I can't do it from where I'm at. It's not even possible.
Are there any spots around here where we could do the bird bath thing? I even thought about taking you to a car wash and just spraying you down.
Yeah.
But I don't know if... Do you think we could get away with that?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
Maybe I could... I'll get a tub. I'll go to the car wash, fill it up with water, and then we can just take care of that, you know?
Yeah.
Or we could
I
just
mean,
go...
if you are a 5-gallon bucket or something.
Yeah, or the... I have that in my car right now.
You do?
Or yeah.
a 5-gallon bucket with some soapy water,
Yeah.
antibacterial soap in it, and a scrubby, and then all I need to do is find a little privacy.
Yep.
You know, and you know what? For starters, Daniel, that would be awesome.
Because it's yeah, we can definitely do that.
For
And you
starters,
might have like a better outlook. You feel better, more
well,
confident.
I would. I have
You know,
clean clothes right here in my chair
that'll help you out
that
with.
you brought me.
That'll
You
help you
know,
out. Yeah, yeah.
and thank you for that, by the
Of
way.
course, Doug.
I got them yesterday, and I haven't been able to,
Yeah.
utilize them because my current situation. Um,
So we'll figure out, I guess, when we can even do that
one
tomorrow.
thing at a time.
You want to do it tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take care of that.
Yeah.
Get
Let's set an
fresh.
exact time we can meet.
Yeah, we'll do that right now. We'll just get you fresh. That we could go into the clinic nice and fresh, and start. Go from there. But well, yeah, right on, man. Well, I appreciate it. It's good seeing you. So
Good seeing you.
we'll.
And I'm sorry I'm kind of on the pity pot today, but it's just, you can only get beat down so much before you start feeling the beatings,
Yeah.
and start feeling, the people's negativity, and I'm just really sorry. I am. I'm not. I'm not Superman. I've said this.
You're Dr. Z.
I'm just a man.
Dr. Z.
Well, I could be Dr. Z
Yeah.
with the head start, with
Just
a little
the man.
push. I
So
could have been Dr. Z, but I don't foresee it right now.
yeah.
Uh,
All right.
I'm just kind of devastated right now. I will say this. It ain't over till it's over. And I still could rise above this. I still could. I have the will to do it. I really do. I feel like I feel really out of sorts, broken. Nobody can do this like this. I don't see it happening. But I will keep trying. If something doesn't work, try something different.
Yep.
And all I can say is I'm going to keep pushing on. That song by REO Speedwagon. What is it? Riding the Storm Out.
So the reality of, to change the subject, the reality of this decision that you wanted to do, take care of it from out here.
It can't be done by myself.
So
it can't be done just me
against
the world.
One of the consequences of that is that door being closed on you for last night. That's just like one of the consequences of that decision. So, we could figure something out. I'll give him a call, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So
I can't do it alone.
see how that goes.
I really can't. I mean, he might be just oblivious to it all and fine.
He may have just taken a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I jumped the gun and took it to extreme.
We'll see. We'll confirm it.
I am out of sorts, like I said.
We'll figure this out.
Well, everybody, don't count me out yet. I still got Daniel. As long as I got him, we're still in the race.
Yep.
And thank you, Daniel, for that.
Always, brother.
Thank you.